It's our second annual Art Basel Miami event. Tonight really marks a celebration for me. I am so proud of the artist salon that we've established. I'm quite confident that I have the only professional and working artist salon in the state of Florida, defined as a group of artists who work and collaborate together mentally as well as physically and in an artistic context with their works. I'm equally as proud, maybe even more proud, that America's leading art critic, Donald Cuspid, has labeled us the School of Miami, or the Miami School. We produce art that is visually beautiful, has a strong communicative message, and is inspirational, and art that you'd like to live with. And I'm extremely proud of the physicality of Manolis projects. It's a wonderful showcase for people's art. 119 works of art, price range $250 to $170,000, all collectible. Our motto is best works, best artists, best prices, and we aim to please. A very big differentiator here at Manolis Projects is that we put the primacy of the buyer and the artist together and cement that relationship so that it can be optimized and it can go forward. I would say in the world of the internet, clearly puts in most cases the artist and the buyer together, and this is a harbinger of things to come. So we're very excited. We think from a physical standpoint we have led the charge on the northward movement from Wynwood. The huge success of Wynwood has meant that the cost of living and doing business there has skyrocketed. I don't know that the next place has been established here in Miami, but one for sure is going to be this little Haiti area of Miami, near and running up and down the rail line, which is where the former industrial nexus of Miami was. My particular formula is color, to which I owe everything to my mentor, Wolf Kahn. This evening, I'm showcasing the new things that I did this year, one of which is the full development of my purple series. It's known as Purple Field. Secondly, I branched out in my Red World series to include Red World works with symbology, and they can either fall into the category like this work here that's biographical of my life, or the work that is facing me over here, which is Red World Self-Portrait. Also, this show premieres my first limited edition print. I worked very, very hard to get a product that I would hang in my own home, hang in any museum, that's indicative of the quality but affordable. So that's a brand new aspect of what we've done this year. I have my second museum show at the University of South Dakota and gifted some substantial works there that hang in really the heart center of the university, and had a wonderful event that culminated at homecoming at the University of South Dakota with me being voted the Grand Marshal of the homecoming parade for my gifts of art and the message Red World poem that goes along with it. As for the future, I feel like I've just closed the first 3 years of my art career, which consisted of 8 books, 8 solo shows, 6 group shows, 15 newspaper articles, and the 2 museum shows. But it's now time to take it to the next step. And I'm going to start this next week on a 7'6" by 23 foot Red World for a lobby of a very prestigious building in Fort Lauderdale. And I just had my second show and permanent installation at the Max Alto showroom here in Miami. Of course, that's all furniture designed by Antonio Chiterio. So it's Chiterio plus Manolis at this highest end furniture exhibition warehouse that has really resulted in a lot of eyes on my work that I wouldn't have otherwise had. My joy is every day as I work. So this has been a whirlwind of joy for me.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. Call for your free author submission kit.
Please call 800-874-1056.
Non-attorney spokesperson. Attention!
Have you been seriously injured or has a loved one been killed in a motor vehicle accident?
Call 800-656-5069.
You may be entitled to compensation. Personal injuries can happen at any point in your lifetime, and in a few seconds, you or a loved one may suffer debilitating injuries that could change your life forever.
Call 800-656-5069.
For a free consultation, you may be entitled to compensation.
To the best of my knowledge, we are the only artist salon to be defined in the state of Florida. Now, what do I mean by that? This is a group of people who have kind of joined together as an artistic family, representing different levels of art interpretation and expression, and we have a very close friendship with each other, and that allows us as artists to delicately express opinions and come up with ideas that would be beneficial to everyone. That's this idea of artistic camaraderie.
Anthony, what makes working in a salon beneficial to the artist?
You have to go back in time a little bit. The salon was born in a time when artists were a small community, a slight feeling of us against them, a small, brilliant community. Often there were other people. Now the art world has become huge, it's become an industry. So the salon is more vital than ever. It's about friendship, it's about community, it's about shared passion and fire. It's not us against them, it's us against ourselves in a way, just trying to do better.
This salon has been like a magnet for the community and for a lot of artists who have a respect for the great tradition of the salon, artists working together and not against each other. There isn't any competition here. Everybody gets a kind of an equal amount of space, and there is a great exchange of ideas. There's an intellectual discourse on the work that's being produced in this area.
We've put together 8 artists and 7 metalsmiths, jewelry people, and this is our community right here at Manolis Projects, and it's dynamic, it's moving, and it is fun, and it's joyful. And what I think is, and what I hope is, the art is an expression of that joy and happiness.
Wow.
Is there ever any friction in this happy family of artists?
Non-stop. No, of course. What's a family without friction, you know? Of course there's lots of friction, or worse than friction sometimes, but that can be creative too.
There's definitely a great energy here. People seem to be so happy to be at this event. And they're basically all artists and creators, along with a great supportive community. There's a lot of very prominent collectors here tonight.
One of the really special moments for me tonight is to be able to premiere, in a manner of speaking, the artwork of Anthony Hayden Guest, which we've got displayed. And we think that the conversion of his extraordinary sense of wit and humor and comic expression has been converted into 3 collages that we are premiering here tonight, and I think is going to set out another chapter in the glorious legend, of Anthony Hayden Guest. And we've got the most marvelous collection of Bruce's artwork that's here tonight, ranging from collages that capture a moment in time, capture a period, to really the first pure abstract work that I've seen of his, entitled Desert Bloom. I mean, the talent here and the diversity is overwhelming, and I hope that everybody gets a chance to see the 119 artworks that we've got up for display and have prices on.
Listen up, America. Millions of Americans just like you owe the IRS more than $10,000 and are facing liens, bank levies, wage garnishments, penalty abatements, and other IRS enforcement actions. Newly authorized debt forgiveness programs allow you to settle your debts for less than ever before. Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? If so, then call Tax Savings Helpline now.
Please call 800-308-6905.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. Call for your free author submission kit.
Please call 800-874-1056.
Max Alto is a furniture line that is designed by the famous Italian designer Antonio Citterio, and they have a store here that's owned and run by 4141 Design. And the three key honchos in this whole operation are standing with me here. John Marquette, who is owner of 4141 Design. At my far right, ELIAS Polanco, who's the lead designer. And this is Ada, who's the general manager. I fit in because in this ocean of fantastic furniture, we sprinkle in a few works of art here and there to make it feel come alive, be a little bit more beautiful, and relate to how people would actually live with this great furniture.
You know, over the many years we've done this business, we've had artists attempt to do things collaboratively with us, and it never really fully gelled or came together. It has with Steve, and also I think it's very important to point out we just launched the new Max Alto flagship 2 days ago. We've been here for more than 15 years, but the new flagship, and it was we had the opportunity to do a full comprehensive design directed by ELIAS in collaboration with Antonio Citterio and B&B Italia and Max Alto in Italy. And then when I saw Steven's work integrated with it, because Steven put together a collection that's really curated with the design of the showroom, it's just striking. And frankly, our opening, we're getting comments, and I don't want to make B&B Italia and Max Alto in New York feel bad, but our showroom looks almost as good or better than one in New York. But really, to make this all happen, it would be impossible without ELIAS and Ada running the operation.
I see furniture as art, and your art complements our furniture. And it works together so well and so amazing that it makes everything cohesive. In other galleries or in other showrooms, you see art, you see furniture, but it doesn't seem to work together. Max Alto and Stephen Manolis' art works together. And to me, that's the important part, how everything is so cohesive and it works well together.
And it's a wonderful relationship, it's a symbiotic relationship, because working with Stephen and his team and working with our team together, it's wonderful. And the very high-end designers we've had into the showroom have said phenomenal things about his artwork. Yes, they've come in, they love being, the Max Alto and our furnishings, but also the artwork enhances it. Absolutely, 100%.
We all kind of feel like maybe we're just getting started. I mean, we're not exactly sure where this is going to go. What we're aiming for is to set up a system where we can come in and kind of a turnkey basis, let people customize their home, but give them the tools and the perspective so that when it's done, people come in and say, wow. And that's what's been achieved at the Max Alto exhibition showroom.
Non-attorney spokesperson. Attention! Have you been seriously injured or has a loved one been killed in a motor vehicle accident?
Call 800-656-5069.
You may be entitled to compensation. Personal injuries can happen at any point in your lifetime. And in a few seconds, you or a loved one may suffer debilitating injuries that could change your life forever.
Call 800-656-5069.
For a free consultation, you may be entitled to compensation.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. Call for your free author submission kit.
Please call 800-874-1056.
Steve Manolis, is always a pleasure to work with him and be showing in his gallery. I know Steve for probably 24 years. And I used to work for him, so I know the guy really well. So we became very good friends. And I believe in his work, his talent. And we decided to do things together. So he invited me to bring my work to here. So this evening I brought 2 new series that outstanding. People have good reviews, good feedback. The past year I have been working on this series here. It's a continuation of my book series. Now I'm applying more, using colors and distortions. And I brought, that's my new series, the Aqua Infinita. In Latin, it's called Infinite Water, basically. So, which is a macro photography. So, it's the tiny, tiny bubbles that I found in my sink, in the kitchen sink. So, be inspiring any place. I'm as an artist. I try to not to see the same thing as everybody, and that's the beauty. And I try to register my camera, with my eyes, what I see, and try to transmit to people. So, using photography for a long time, and that's my process to, give them my message.
When did you get started with photography?
Probably more than 35 years ago when I did visual communications back in Brazil, and was crazy about photography class. In fact, I finished the 2 years classes on the photography, and I asked the professor to repeat the class because I was, but basically I got inspired by my father. So he was a United Nations peacekeeper in the Gaza Strip, and he photographed a lot, using slide and film. And when he returned from that duty as a peacekeeper, he used to project these slides and show the photos to the whole family on a Sunday afternoon. For me, it was a blast because it was a story behind, his missions and, his, exploring and see other countries. Lots of memories. And that's I got my inspiration.
I make cartoons. Cartoons are not art exactly. Cartoons are all about delivering the joke, delivering the story. Art, there's always a bit of mystery in art, a bit of magic. If there's too much mystery in a cartoon, it's not funny anymore. It kind of dies, Nonetheless, there's no reason why cartoons shouldn't look pretty damn good, I think, and I've done my best in that direction.
How does a person pursue a career having a satirical look at the world?
I think it's like you're born, maybe in some ways you're born a cripple, but you learn to run, You learn to handle it. Maybe you're born with a slightly askew view of life, but most of us are.
Do you ever run out of material?
I don't want to hex myself. Not yet. I always know I know I'm going into a good time. When I just feel bad and depressed is when I feel really healthy and bouncing around. I know I'm not going to be doing anything.
Do you find inspiration in the current world of politics in the U.S.?
Oh, it's kind of boring, right? I think too much. Really. I mean, you cannot satirize something that's already so far out there.
Kind of makes it difficult to top what's in the headlines every day.
I wouldn't say difficult, I would say impossible.
Yeah. Your work here at Manolis Projects, how does that affect you?
It's wonderful that it's happening, and Stephen is actually, to assemble them as a group like this is Stephen's idea. And I was a bit iffy about it at first, but I think he was damn right. It works brilliantly. The danger is, of course, one relaxes and sits back, but that's not my nature, actually. I got a bug in me.
Listen up, America. Millions of Americans just like you owe the IRS more than $10,000 and are facing liens, bank levies, wage garnishments, penalty abatements, and other IRS enforcement actions. Newly authorized debt forgiveness programs allow you to settle your debts for less than ever before. Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? If so, then call Tax Savings Helpline now.
Please call 800-308-6905.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. Call for your free author submission kit.
Please call 800-874-1056.
I'm here with some of my dearest friends, and to be honest, people who are most responsible for the modest success I've had. To my far right, of course, my great friend, my manager, my advisor, my curator, Bruce Helander. And to my immediate beautiful right, Joan Sargent, and left, husband Kim Sargent. This is the dynamic duo that owns, runs, manages, executes, and
All of the above.
all of the above for Sargent Architectural Photography. And if you go to my website, the entrance is a roll of in-situation photographs that have been taken by Kim. There's magic in them thar hills when he takes the work. We love being a kind of an assistant when we do it, because we always go for the details. But I wanted us to get together because there's a long history of furniture, interiors, art, and photography. And one of the most successful magazines in America is Architectural Digest, where Kim has played a huge role and has so much history and everything behind you. And I think it's fair to say that great art helps make a great room, yeah?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's no fun photographing a home with white, bare walls. So when I walk into a space and I see your work there, it comes alive. It's a lot of color. Thank you very much for all you do. You help me help myself.
We're all helping each other.
Yes.
In terms of Steve Manolis' work, where there's been such an attraction to these works in their natural environment, with Max Alto or with other interiors. And the Sargents are legendary photographers, lead photographers for Architectural Digest, probably the most demanding interior design magazine in history, for several decades, 25 years, 30 years, something or other. So issue after issue, they have been able to polish the remarkable scientific talent of taking a great interior photograph. We can't find better. And the results you can see in these marvelous books that have been published, they're all about Sargent photography. The interior shots are the best money can buy. That's why we're all happy tonight. No.
Yes.
Oh.
It's all because Kim understands the light.
Yeah.
He is a doctor of light.
With us and at Manolis Projects, and with me as an artist, it's the best or nothing. We don't do anything unless we do it the best. And we put everything we have into everything we do. And when I work with the people standing beside us that have the same common denominator, the results speak for themselves.
It's the only way. The only way.
Okay?
The glory of light cannot exist without shadow. Winston Churchill.
It's been fabulous to be here at Art Basel, Miami 2017, here at Manolis Projects, having an opportunity to showcase a variety of my series of works, from Aurora Borealis, which is behind me, to ice cubes and the swirl paintings and dreamscape. It's really been, an honor to be here.
What has that response been from people tonight?
It's been very positive. Having been at Manolis Projects with this range of artists, very talented, it's really brought out a collector base that have said that this space is really the nicest they've seen at Art Basel.
You've had a busy year, haven't you?
It has been a busy year. I've just published a new book with an essay done by Annette Blaugrund, who's a very famous art historian, and Bruce Helander, a famous art critic, has reviewed my work. And I found out that I'll be hosting a solo show at the Coral Springs Museum of Art in 2019. So I'm very excited about that. And to add to that, I'm going to be opening a large professional studio in Mamaroneck in just a couple months. And I'll be having a grand opening to celebrate that.
Now, you've got a little bit more work to do before you get your set for the Coral Springs exhibition?
Absolutely. Given the 5,000 square feet and 6 rooms that I have to fill with beautiful artwork, it's going to take a lot of effort to really create a theme and a concept that draws everything together.
And that's why you need the studio up north, yes?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to be painting some very large paintings, 6 by 10 foot paintings, 4x6 foot paintings. So it's really going to be a Herculean effort to put together this show. So this is called Chasing the Invisible, and it was inspired by my daughter Zoe, who's a singer-songwriter, and she wrote this song called Chasing the Invisible, chasing the love that never is quite there. And the silver signifies the invisible. And this big swoosh is to signify an effort to try to reach that beautiful goal. So I just wanted to share that romantic ideal that this painting tries to show.
Fantastic.
This will probably end up being on the cover of her album when she publishes it. Yes.
How cool is that?
Yes, it's so cool.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. Call for your free author submission kit.
Please call 800-874-1056.
Non-attorney spokesperson. Attention! Have you been seriously injured or has a loved one been killed in a motor vehicle accident?
Call 800-656-5069.
You may be entitled to compensation. Personal injuries can happen at any point in your lifetime. And in a few seconds, you or a loved one may suffer debilitating injuries that could change your life forever.
Call 800-656-5069.
For a free consultation, you may be entitled to compensation.
Buzz TV.
The walls come alive in ways that just want to make you experience life to the fullest.
Tell me what you think of this evening.
Great, wonderful. The great thing about the whole gallery is like the collection of the different artists. So you get, sculpture to jewelry to, prints, everything.
I really like the venue and the way that it's curated and the atmosphere and all the people that I've been able to meet, and the jewelry is lovely. The artist that created the jewelry is lovely.
Well, I mean, it's absolutely exquisite. We just came down here to meet with Joni, who's helping put this whole thing on, and it's the art kind of just leaves you a little bit speechless.
Well, this is amazing showroom. The paintings are very colorful. They show a lot of strong, several emotions with the color, with the shapes.
The work is phenomenal. It's premier artwork, and you could just tell, and they're all amazing pieces, all of them.
I think everyone here is amazing.
Yes, I thought it was so much fun. Like all the vibrant colors, all the expressionistic paintings, and amazing. It's a really wonderful show.
I've had wonderful conversations with folks. I've met some new people. I'm from New York, so just getting to know the Miami scene, and I really, really love it.
It's absolutely amazing. Steven always pulls together everything in the way that he puts together the art one next to another. It works perfectly every time.
Oh, the art's amazing. It's beautiful. It's awesome. It's a great experience. It's my first time to Art Basel, and I mean, it's phenomenal.
I find myself looking at a piece and staring at it for 5 to 10 minutes, and I could continue to just look at it and enjoy it and take it in.
Beautiful people bringing together by the art. This is already a winner.
Why is it a good idea for artists to pool their thoughts and ideas and energies together and be involved into something like
Salon concept? I think that this new philosophical kind of perspective that we're getting. Maybe the internet has some role in this.
I know you're shy, but did you look at any of the jewelry?
Yes, and I love them all, and I've bought already one amethyst, and I love that necklace there. I'm thinking about it. Maybe he's going to buy it for me. So let's see. Yes.
I think it's very thrilling to be a part of them in all those projects because there's so many beautiful things here. I feel completely at home.
Fantastic response. Met great people, many art dealers, gallery owners, and art collectors.
I noticed myself walking towards a piece and then walking away from a piece.
The conversations that people are discovering in art galleries, folks that spend the days, slaving away in some administrative job. I think it's very refreshing.
I don't know if I have a favorite. I enjoy so many of them.
I think that art nowadays affords people an opportunity to get philosophical.
If we look what's going on in the world, all this division, here we are having a glass of wine, looking at beautiful pictures, saying eh and nay, cranking a little bit, and having a good time.
Buzz TV,